We have not come for the usual church service. And that's why I may not be standing too much on the altar there, so that you don't get to see that it's a church service. We are very, very spiritual people. Thank God for that. But while the children of God are busy fasting and praying in church, people are busy making money outside. And that's the money we need. The children of the world, they are borrowing the wisdom of the church and they are using it. And we, the custodian of the wisdom, we are busy fasting and praying. Thank God, another fasting has started today. We are going to fast, we are going to pray. But it's time we open our eyes. So I'm going to start. I'm not going to wait for anybody. Those that are supposed to be part of this meeting, they will join us. Shall we just have the word of prayer very quickly? Our Father in heaven, we thank you so much for this opportunity. You are not a God that organizes things for nothing. Whoever this meeting is meant for, to better their lives, let them be here for this moment in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. And all the people that are here present now, the benefit of coming early, let it not elude them in the name of Jesus. Amen. In Jesus' name, we have prayed. Amen. God bless you. Be seated. So, Michael, as you have heard, and this is our program. You need to know. So what do you need to know? You need to know a few things. Please, leader.
that people should apply to go to Canada for jobs. How many of you have seen it? That you have jobs in Canada. Now hear me. You may not believe it, but this is the truth. Some of those things, I call them 21st century slavery. May God open your eyes to see money in this country. May God open your eyes to see wealth. Do you know why you are not seeing it? Your mind is somewhere else. When you are too abroad conscious, you become Nigerian useless. When you are too abroad conscious, you become Nigerian, you become useless here. That's the problem. Pastor, this man should not have go on vacation, go on education, go on skill acquisition. By the time you are to come back here, this is when you are needed. You have the opportunity here. The problem is that you are looking for jobs, so your brain is no longer working. Everything in this part of the world is money. Just come with a solution.
All right. How many people got value in that short? The reason you are not seeing money in Nigeria because you are looking somewhere else. How many people believe that there is money in Nigeria? Fine. I like this. This is that might because of those believe that there's money in Nigeria. I think that all the money is in the US and in Canada. And that's why you see a lot of people going. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a whole lot of money in this country if you can just open your eyes. And we are going to look straight into the topic of discourse today. It says career building and development. We are going to take it systematically, gradually, and I believe that before we leave here, somebody will have a mind shift. How many people can see what's on the screen there? Don't forget, I've told you, it's not a normal church setting. So just relax. It says, work smarter, not harder. Many of us in Nigeria, we are working hard. We don't need anybody to tell us we are. That's why you see tomorrow or Monday morning now, you get to this Yesha junction. You see everybody as early as 4. People are already running out, going somewhere. In the evening, they are trooping back. You call in Nigeria and say, I'm very busy. You may not be lying. It's truly busy. But at times, when you are living in a compound, they see you wake up every morning, you wear suit, you not tie. And when it's time to pay member fee 200 naira and you cannot pay, they get confused. Say, she did the work. And then you cause confusion in the compound. Because they see you are busy. Because you are working hard. Look at this guy. That old man and the young guy there. They are trying to move that boom. They are trying to make it move. That's the goal. That's why the young boy is pulling it and the old man is pushing it. But ladies and gentlemen, the way you see that boom goes, what does it look like? It's telling them. I know they go. And if they start this thing around 9 a.m. and by 4 p.m. the old man advised the young boy, said, boy, we don't try. Let me go out. We don't try. The young guy will respect the old man and say, that's true, talk. Imagine if these two men, if they were married men, and they eventually get home with this 6 freshmen behind them, and their wives ask them, Daddy, how is today? What do you think their response will be like? He said, man, they know easy. But the resultant is what? Zero. If you are the owner of the car and they didn't bring it to your house, will you pay them? So that is what is happening to us in this. And in darkness. We are actually walking. But there is nothing to show for it because we are working hard. We don't know that the world has changed the way to walk. The world are now working smart, and Africa is still watching. Look at this young guy in the slide below. I'm sure you will have been laughing at those two guys. Say that then I come up from home. Apart from riding on the bull, the wisdom and the smartness of placing the food in front of the bull. What is the bull doing? It's moving. This bull can move from this Ijesha and move to Magodo and he will still not eat that food. Is that right? But what has he done? He has done the job. He will never be as tired as those two guys that did not do the job. Now people are working smart. If you have this thing in your hands and you are still cashless, the gods are not to blame. That's the truth. People that are 80 and above, if they are using this thing just to call their friends and receive call, you can excuse them. But as a young person, if you have this in your hand and you lack money, then something is wrong. I have a friend who went for an e-commerce trip. A few years ago, I decided to add e-commerce to my portfolio. And then in the training, we sat together like this. We became friends, we exchanged numbers. And then after the training, we left. A week or two later, I was thinking how to open a shop in Jumia, open a shop in Konga, because that's e-commerce. And this my friend called me. I asked him, have you opened a shop in there? He said, no. So what do you want to do with the training that we just acquired? He said, I should relax. The next day he sent me a link. He said I should click on that link. And as I clicked on it, I saw he has developed a small website for himself. And he put there the picture of a very beautiful car, Malu, fine one. And he put a price and said he can deliver within 24 hours. I started promoting the site. And then when people call him, can you deliver car at so address? He say yes. How much? They negotiate. He has already asked Aboki how much his car. He has put his own price on top. Once they pay him, he will go and meet Aboki, give Aboki his own and give Aboki the address to go and deliver the car. All he's praying for is that people should be doing party in Lagos every weekend. And the moment he delivered in 2-3 places, other people will begin to advise their friends, oh boy, don't bother yourself, go about job. Call this guy and he will bring out to you. I'm not sure how many of us have made money like him since we got that trade. He's just sleeping in his house and promoting his sites on phone. He don't even get laptop. And when you see him, see his ride, see his family living well, you think it's Yahoo. It's not everything online that's Yahoo. People are thinking, that's what that pastor was telling us earlier. Think! There is money. If Oyinbos are always coming to Nigeria, what do you think they are looking for? The money that we are going to their country to look for. That's what they are coming here to take. So let's have a change of mind. What is a career? The word career is often used to refer to a profession, an occupation, trade or vocation. Because we are talking about career here, we need to properly define it. Now, a career will define what you do for a living. For instance, what do you do for a living? and you are proud of it, that will be your career. You get a career path. For instance, I know a pastor friend that travels to the US to go and talk for 45 minutes and he earns dollars. Talk that some people will talk and police will arrest them. Someone else, they will book his flight, book hotel. He will talk only for 45 minutes. He will earn hard currency. What are you using your own mouth to do? Your mouth can help you build your own career. An occupation undertaken for a significant period of a person's life with opportunities for progress. That is a career. What you embark on for a while, for a period of time, and you have mastered it, you have built skills in it, and you can now pass the knowledge or translate it to money. That's a career. What is career building? What is career building? Career building is a process. So if you are here today, our main subject for this course is career building. You will not live here and tomorrow morning you can give testimony in church that yes, I've built my career. No, it is a process. A skill that is acquired over time. It is a process that involves developing a set of skills and competence. A process that involves developing a set of skills and the process of developing competence coming. What you do all the time, you begin to get competent in it. And that's why I see those that gossip all the time, they also become competent in gossip. They become experts because they do it all the time. So people can build career in that line also. It requires a proactive approach to career development and a willingness to take risk. This is where many of us need to rethink and mind shift. We must be willing to take risk when we want to build a career. Everything in life is risky. That's the good news. The bad news is that if you refuse to take a risk, it is also risky. So head or tail is the same thing. Why not take a calculated risk? I introduced a business to one man in a meeting like this. After about 45 minutes of discussion, the man raised his hand for questions. Like I'll give some of you the privilege to ask questions today. I asked him, he said, okay, this business, do they have username? I said, yes. He said, do they use password? He said, yes. He said, I know they do. The first person to raise hand, he said, I know they do. I said, okay, what's happened? He said, 7 years ago, I saw them bring man like that. We put username, we put password. One day, both username and password, we don't see anything again. And I told him, I said, okay, what you are telling me now is that because a car has an accident in God Milan, all of us will train. Or because one house collapsed in Lagos Island, all of us should be living under that tree now. No. If you don't jump person, wait till they go take career. Even if you die, now they go still take career and go there. It is not the fault of the car. That a car has an accident does not mean we should not be training. No. It means that we should drive carefully next time. If you go on market and you incur an accident, when you buy another car, when the thing is crossing 100, even if nobody is inside the car with you, something will be telling you, this car doesn't go, this car doesn't go. You will migrate how to take calculated risk. But for you to say you not take any risk, poverty will storm you like armor. It requires a proactive approach to career development and a willingness to take risks, learn new things, and adapt to changing circumstances. Some of us go ready to learn new things. This is how our fathers were doing it. This is how we are going to do it. Since 1964, we have been doing it like this. The world has changed. Things are changing. Hello? When last did anybody here visit post office? Why? I guess there is no post office in Lagos anymore. Why are you not going there again? Because ways of sending information now have changed. I used to have a boss. Up till 2018, he does not want ATM card. This guy is a multi-millionaire, I don't know if person of he does. I said, okay, my said they will sweep my money, they will scam me. If he wants to give you 3,000 naira, he give you a check. And one day, we began for the contract in Abuja. They called us on Friday night that we should come on Saturday morning to meet the commissioner. Now, banks did not open on Saturday morning. We needed money to book flights. We were not looking at each other. He has millions in the bank. We needed just less than 100,000 to book flight to Abuja. Check. The airport will not collect check. I had to call my flight agent. Please, you know my advice, yes. Just book flight for us. On Monday morning, we double the money. That's how, when things are moving, you need to move. If you don't move, they will leave you behind. How many people here have heard about Bitcoin? Who never heard? I would have just told the organizers so we can lock you in one room. All right. This is the most crucial point in this event. How do I know my career? This is where many of us get confused. It happened to me. God really blessed me with so many gifts when I was growing up. And instead of me harnessing it with its strength, it almost became a weakness to me because just see how my life was in secondary school. When people were doing 7 subjects, 8 subjects, I did 11 because I loved all of them. I didn't know which one to draw. I did physics, chemistry, biology, it's a full science, and I was still doing fine arts because I love to draw. And the fine art teacher said, you are good. So if somebody is passing and says, you must be a good artist, I say, yes, I want to be a fine artist. When we go to the school farm to do our thing, and I weed my farm and do very well, your portion is looking good. You must be an agreement. I say, yes, now, if you meet me on the road, I told you 2 days ago, I want to be a fine artist. You meet me now, I want to be an agreement. So I was confused. And people did not go help me because anything I'm doing at the moment, they help me. And then I feel that is my career. So I became confused. To the point that even the computer science that I told you I read, it was by accident. I went to one of my uncle's house. As at that time, I wanted to read electrical engineering. That was what was really in my mind that time. And now my uncle wanted to tie me down in the learning so that I will read electrical because he said they told you of electrical is fine. I mean, I don't want to stay in learning, so I just got the form. I asked his son, this course, I've never heard it before. He said, this course of computer science, what is that? He said, that course is very high. They don't take me for. I said, no, I just wrote it so that they will not take me. And the moment they release me, the next thing I will do in Lagos, before they will see me again, I will already be in NTV because I went to paramedic school. So I submitted everything. The man said, I don't know anybody in computer science. I was happy in my mind. But guess what? When the list of computer science came out, my name was number 3 on the list. Why everybody was jubilating, I had mixed feelings. I was there looking at my name. How will I run back to Lagos now? So I told the man, I said, okay, my name is Al. I said, congratulations. I was shaking him by force. And then I let him go back to Lagos so that our partner, he said, where are you going to? Just took me in the car, took me to the market, bought everything and brought me to school. That's how I became a computer scientist. So that is why it is good that we are saying this kind of thing to children of God. God can use some circumstances to direct your path even when you are confused. In that confused situation, God still found the path for you. And that's the God factor. And that's the difference between you and an unbeliever. Now, how do I know my career? Answer. Choosing a career can be a challenging process. Yes. But there are several steps you can take to help you identify a career path that is well suited to your interests, skills, and value. Now I'm going to be able to do it fast. Number 1 step is self-assessment. Know who you are. And for people here who have attended School of Discipleship already, you know there are only 3 things that we learn there. So, how many people can remind you? You have been to School of Discipleship. Number 1, know yourself. Number 2, know your enemy. And number 3, know the weapon that you will use to fight them. In the 10 months that we spent in School of Discipleship, those are the 3 things we learn. All true. So you know yourself, self-assessment. Start by taking some time to reflect on your own interests. How do I know my career, Pastor? Look at the things that appeal to you, the things that interest you, the things that make you happy, the things that if nobody is there, you do, you will not be happy doing it. Many people going to offices now. Okay, it's like I'm very fast, but I'm also like to take time. You can, he said I should tell you, you can record so that you can still be listening. You can use your phone to record. I'm not very fast. And I will drop the slide for the leaders in the minute. You can drop the slide for the leaders for reference. Look for the things that interest you. That's where our parents in Africa don't help our situation. Except for modern day parents now. In those days, when somebody like me was growing up, they not born you well. Then you choose course for yourself. No. All those decisions will be taken on your behalf. They will just bundle you and take you to school. They will have chosen the course you will read for you. And then you will get there, you will be looking so frustrated. That's why some people my age then, they will go to school, read the course, give their father the certificate, and then go back to read what they actually want to read. I know there are not so much of those parents here now. This is your interest. What are the things that interest you? What are the things that you like doing? That's where you begin to know your career. As parents, you have children. You see that they are different. Some of them behave somehow, some behave in another way. Like when I was growing up, anything that gets spoiled at home, they will just leave it for me. I went to boarding school. As soon as I returned, without anybody telling spoil, I will build it and begin to fix it. That's what made me to think that I want to go and do engineering until God changed to computer science. Now the thing that where you have strength, the things that once they say let's do now, your bone will be strong. Those are things that tend towards being your career. Those things also recognize your weakness, your values, and your goals. Another thing you can do to know your career is to research. Make inquiries. Once you have a better understanding of your interests and strengths, research different careers and align the skills with the ones that goes with your skill and your value. Try your hands on a few things. Some you will achieve results better than others. You begin to know that this one, like when we were in secondary school, when we were playing football as young boys, the first day I go join them, I had a group. Blaster was there. I managed to play again. Another one, blaster there. The next time they said, go play basketball. I went to basketball court. I played basketball. I said that one I didn't sustain injury. I remained there. I went to handball pitch. I played handball until I fall. By the time I tried a few things, I discovered that basketball is the only one that I could do very well without enjoying myself, and I enjoyed it. I stayed there. My son was playing football. I was there. That is how, when you try a few things, you begin to know which ones is good for you by research. Then networking. Networking. You see, like it's two words put together. Net and work. Means we connect to ourselves. When you connect to people, you relate with people, you are able to learn some things from people. From that, you are able to point a few things that you can do, and that will later be your career path. Gain experience. Consider gaining hands-on experience in your desired field through internship with some big organizations. They organize internship program. What an attempt. At the end of it, you may discover that it's not your field. Fine, but at least you have gained something. Then volunteer work. Everything in life is not money. Volunteer. I know of a lady that finished NYSC, where she said she wanted to retain herself and work there, but they said there's no space. She begged out people. They said, no, we know you are good. You have been with us for 1 year, but there's no vacancy. She said, okay, I want to work. Don't pay me. The MD took it to the chairman. This lady said she wants to work for free. The chairman said, okay, let her work. And then she started working. After she made herself so relevant that after a while, she didn't come to the office. They called her, she doesn't have transport. The MD said, okay, let's begin to give you something for transfer. She didn't work 1 year before she was now employed full staff. She volunteered. Even if you are not going to get money, in the process of volunteering, you will develop skill, add it to your CV. It may be that skill that will now give you where you are going. Then job shadowing. What is job shadowing? Job shadowing means you have known your skill, or you like somebody. You have a role model. You like the person, but this person is too far from you. Then you get close to the person. You are assisting the person, and in the process you are learning what the person is doing. That's job shadowing. You can even help to carry his bag. You go to his office, you see that you are asking him questions. You are watching what he's doing. In that process, you can build a career. That's job shadowing. The person may not even know you are learning from him. The person may just think you are assisting him. Meanwhile, you are already grabbing things that will help you in your own career. Seek guidance. Yes. people that you think they know more than you. Let them guide you. Let them assist you in some areas. Ask them questions. Remember that choosing career is a process, and it's okay if it takes time to find the right path for you. Have an open mind. Stay curious. Be willing to try new things to help you discover your passion and your strength. How many people is already having value for this short time we have spent? If this is all you are going to learn here today, I'm sure your time is not wasted. Now, very quickly, this is the 5 steps that we are going to go through if you want to build a career. Number 1 is to have a vision. Then you have a goal, a plan, an action that leads to success. I said number 1 is what? Vision. So what is the vision? A vision is a clear inspiration and compelling mental image of a desired future. There is a desired future, but you are already having a vision, a picture of it. You can find out in Habakkuk 2:2. It says to do what? Write down the vision and make it clear. When you have a vision, write it down. What do you want to be in the next 5 years? Where do you want to see yourself in the next 10 years? Those of you that are still very, very single, what kind of partner do you want to have? Which kind of organization do you want to work? And then write it down so that you will be seeing it. That's why Habakkuk says, write it, make it plain, so that the person that is running will be able to read it. For the ladies, place it on your mirror, so that as you are looking at yourself, you will also be seeing your vision, what you want to become. And in Daniel 4:5, Daniel said he saw a vision that is bigger than him. Your vision must be bigger than him. Your vision must be something very, very big that only God can help you achieve. Don't set small vision. Don't see small. Like the story that Gio told us in camp. A multi-millionaire came and met a woman. He wanted to assist the woman. And the woman was asking for money to sell pure water. He pretended that he didn't hear. Gave her the opportunity to retain and came back. You must ask for 20,000 to be selling pure water. This is somebody that can give you a blank check. The vision of that woman is myopia. Don't have small vision. Don't bother how the vision will be fulfilled. Just have it. Now, a vision statement is a written down document that describes this desired future state, usually in a concise and memorable way. When you write it down, let it be very, don't write too much grammar. I like one primary school pupil. We asked him, what do you want to be in future? Like they used to ask us the primary school. The guy said, I want to be a guy. They asked him again. He said, I want to be a guy. I don't know what was going on in that boy's mind, but he sure knows what he wants to be. He wants to be a boss. And in few years to come, if you monitor the progress of that boy, he's not likely going to be a small person like that. Because from that small age, It's already, all these colleagues were saying, I want to be a farmer, I want to be a teacher, I want to be, yes, I want to be a guy. Have vision that is clear in your mind and follow it. So now what is a goal? A goal is a desired outcome or objective that an individual wants to achieve. That thing you want to achieve, what you want to use your vision to achieve is your goal. And in Genesis 11:4, we have the story of the Tower of Babel. Those guys have made up their mind, they are going to build something that will touch heaven. And you know what? God said, if nothing is done to them, they will achieve that purpose. And you know that as at this time, they have not even put one block on the ground. God already has seen that if nothing is done to these people, their mind is made up to achieve this goal. Goals can be short term, can be long term, and they can be specific or general goals. Like the daily statement of God, we have our vision, we have set a goal for ourselves. That is general goal. You also need to have a specific goal for yourself. To be effective, goals should be smart. In the corporate world, we use the SMART analysis to shape our goals, to make sure that we achieve it. We say that your goal must be smart, and smart means it should be specific. You can't be everywhere. No, be specific. When you are praying to God, be specific. When pastors come and pray and say, ask God for only one thing. And some people will kneel down and say, God, I thank you for the money you give me to buy that car. Is it money you ask for now or car? It has to be specific, measurable. Let me tell you how those are measured. For instance, if you sell cars, you are somebody that sells cars, and you have set a goal that I want to sell 12 cars this year, 2023. Now, how do you measure your goals? One, you have set a specific goal. There's no doubt about that. I want to sell 12 cars this year. Then for it to be measurable, that means for you to achieve that goal in December, you should sell at least one car a month. So by this July today now, you should have sold nothing less than 6 cars. That's how to measure it. Break it into pieces that you need to achieve at time. So that if by March you have sold only 1 car, you already know that that goal is beginning to have problem. You need to now learn to sell 3 cars in April to be able to measure and meet up your goal. That's how to make it measurable. Then it must be achievable. Is it achievable? And you ask a secondary school child, what do you want? They want to buy a private jet. It's a goal, isn't it? But is it achievable at that stage in life? No. It's goals and figures. So you need to make it achievable. Then let it be relevant. What is the purpose of your goal? Why do you want to go to university? So that you show your family members that you are a graduate. During our service here, there's a guy relatively older than us. And when we were writing CVs then, the guy did not write anything in respect of our fellowship. And then I asked him, guy, We said we should bring our CD to the fellowship. Look at it. He said, this one that God has done for me. Once they give us this NYSC certificate, I will frame it and hang it in our family house so that they will know that somebody went to NYSC in this family. He later told us the story behind it, but I don't think it's worth it to spend several years in university just to prove a point to the family. No. Then it has to be time bound. It has to be time bound. Don't set an endless goal. No. Put time to it. It will help you know whether you are achieving it or you are not achieving it. Setting and achieving goals is an important part of career building and professional development. Goals provide direction and focus and can help individuals prioritize their efforts and resources towards achieving that desired outcome. Then what is a plan? A plan is a detailed proposal for achieving that goal. Your plan is what how you want to achieve the goal. And Luke 15:16 is the story of the prodigal son. His plan is that I will arise. Is that not? He said to himself, when he looked at the situation, he said, I will arise. I will go to my father. I will say unto him, Father, I have sinned against you and against heaven. I no longer want you. That is a plan. You must map out your plan. A good plan is a recipe for a goal that will be achieved. And then steps of action to be taken, the resources required, and the timeline for completion. Now, a plan can be created for a variety of purposes such as personal development, project management, business operations, or strategic planning. The level of detail and complexity of a plan depends on the scope and complexity of your goal. We have complex plans for complex goals. We have simple plans for simple goals. Somebody say, I want to have a bakery. I want to be producing bread for the Goshians to eat. All he needs to look for a site, establish the bakery there, and then have a plan on how to sell his bread. That's a simple one. For someone that wants to set up a multinational company, the plan is going to be more complex because the goal is already a complex goal. Now, what is an action? This is where we don't do. We can follow this thing from beginning and get to plan. We have a very good plan, but we don't take action. And if you don't take an action, the plan is useless. That's why you see in verse 20, after the prodigal son had planned, I will arise, I will go to my father. In verse 20, he actually arose. That's the action. He actually went to his father. He actually told the father, I am not worthy to be called your son. He carried out the plan by action. Many of us here, we have good plans, fantastic plans, but no action. Don't allow your career end at the premise of action. An action is a specific task or activity that is taken to achieve that goal that you have from the beginning. There are steps you need to take. If you don't take those steps, all others will be wasted. Praise the Lord, somebody. An action can take many forms, such as completing a task, making a phone call, sending an email, those are actions. Attending a meeting, conducting a research, delivering a presentation, like I'm delivering right now. I got this invite. They told me exactly what to come and say. I did my plan. Now I'm taking action. They can be small or large, simple or complex, and they can be undertaken by individuals or teams. Taking action is an essential component of achieving a goal. Without action, a plan or a strategy remains just an idea or an inspiration, and it will be burning inside you. You have a big idea, but no action, it will remain an idea, and that's not a good place to stay. Now, what is success? Success is the achievement of a desired goal. What constitutes success can vary widely depending on an individual or organization, organizational value goals, and circumstances. Success can take many forms, such as personal fulfillment, financial prosperity, career advancement, social impact. When you decide to build a business, when that business becomes successful to the point that it's bringing revenue, yes, you can say you have succeeded. You have hit the goal, because that was the first action that you took and it led to the success of the goal. Ultimately, success is about achieving a sense of accomplishment or fulfillment from the pursuit of a goal. And everybody that comes to a success point is always happy, because you will see the goal and then you will see a success. One day there was an action plan to build this church, isn't it? One day, sometimes ago, this place was a plot of land. Somebody had a goal, and the goal was to plant a church in this place. Today is success. Any day that person will succeed the first time will not allow you to fail the second time. You will want to succeed again. Reasons for engagement. Why do you want to succeed? Or why do you need to succeed? Number one, financial security. The reason you need to succeed. It is financial security. Do you know that rich men too, they have problem? But the difference between rich men and the poor is that rich men have something to solve their problem. And that's why the Bible says money is a defense. So everybody have problem. But some people have substance to make that thing. So it's for financial security. Number two, it's for a sense of identity. Yes. You form a class for yourself. A few years ago, some people were living in Cheshire. Today, when they are alive, where are they going to? Talk to me. Where are they now? Some have banana, some have banana. Whichever. It's a sense of accomplishment. It's a sense of I'm arrived. And that's why even those that are in Ajah Axis, they say they are there. Yes, they want to identify with resources. And then this is the one that is very important for other destinies. There are destinies that is tied to your own destiny. Such that if you fail to arrive, they will also die. Because of them, build a career and make it in life. Do you know that some people will not go to school if you don't make it? Some of our parents that didn't go to school now, it's not that they were not brilliant, they were not intelligent. It's because somebody refused to make it financially. I've seen people die in this country because of 5,000 naira. It's not that there are no hospitals in Lagos. It's not that there are no medical facilities. But because there was no need. Somebody was told how much it cost to do his surgery. He told the doctor, he said, doctor, just let me go and die. So we need to make it. We need to access financial independence so that some destinies tied to your own will not die because you fail. Who are the organizers of the program? How many minutes last about?
10, sir.
10 minutes, all right. So that I can know what to sleep and where to go. So, because I have 10 minutes, I will just jump to something outside this. Let's look at current realities. Current realities. The recent figures from the National Bureau of Statistics reveals that 11.55 million Nigerians that are willing and they are able to work, they are out of jobs. We are talking about current realities. People that are willing and are able, there is no job for them. By Bureau of Statistics. As new technologies take over the workspace, as many jobs become extinct, the number of people that will be out of their jobs will be on a steady increase if they don't keep up with the change where we started from. Things are changing. If you refuse to change, things will change. Now, how many people can see this robot? I know it's not very clear, but it's a robot. Do you know what this robot is meant for? This is the robot very soon. When you walk into any bank, this is the robot that we are attending to. And it is already in Nigeria. First Bank already have it. And it's only a matter of time. All other banks, we have it. What does that tell you? Banking work is already in the labor market. So, that engineer, space give me audio. Okay, don't worry, audio is there. Let's listen.
15 jobs that will disappear in the next 20 years. Welcome to ALOX.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hey there, ALOXers, we have a very different kind of video for you today. I know that for some, the future is incredibly exciting, filled with new technologies and new opportunities. But for some others, the future doesn't look as bright, and we want to raise some concerns with you guys. A study done at Oxford University found out that 45% of all current jobs will disappear in the next 10 years, with some of them being completely automated, or at least upgraded to a point where a fraction of the workforce is needed. So, this will greatly impact the way you plan for your future, as the environment is changing. In this video, we'll go through just some of the jobs that will radically change in the upcoming decade and the years that follow. If you're currently working in either of these industries, it might be a smart call to look for alternatives. Don't say we didn't warn you. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at ALOX. With that said, here are 15 jobs that will probably disappear or be automated in the next 10 to 20 years. Number 1, drivers. Let me put it this way. If your job consists of driving any type of of machinery, automobile or vehicle, you're going to be out of a job soon. Taxi drivers, bus drivers, truck drivers, Uber drivers, and delivery drivers are all on the verge of complete automation. In the US alone, there are 15.5 million trucks and 2 million tractor-trailers on the road, with the trucking industry employing 14 million people, out of which 10 million are drivers. These are the people who are going to be pushed out first, because a self-driving truck doesn't need to stop for rest. It is attentive to the road 24/7, and we already have the technology. Believe it or not, this is already backed by the government in Germany, and they're betting hard on self-driving trucks. If you've watched our Tesla video, you know that the next generation of Tesla cars will be 100% autonomous. Elon Musk himself agrees that it will take us 1 to 2 years to get the tech right, and then 3 more to get the government to approve it. All major car manufacturers are headed towards electric and self-driving cars, and those who won't will be left behind. In the near future, riding a car will be like getting in an elevator. You just press a button and it takes you to wherever you want to go. Now, what's going to happen to the estimated 20 million to have their livelihoods based on being active drivers? These people will need to reinvent themselves multiple times in a row. This might be easy if you're currently 20 to 30 years old, but what will a 50-plus-year-old taxi driver be able to readapt to? Not sure what these people will be able to do to switch from taxi driving to 3D modeling for virtual worlds, but we'll see. Number 2, farmers. Farming was huge when it came to employment numbers back in the day. This has changed dramatically though. You might still see farming as human labor intensive in the underdeveloped parts of the world. But on a macro level, this has already been automated, with very few specially trained individuals that operate heavy machinery from the comforts of the office via wireless connections. Back in the day, you needed to physically measure your plot of land. You needed human labor to weed it out, and another set of people to harvest and transport the end product to where it's needed. Now we measure things with drones or satellite imagery. The soil is already treated against weeds, or the seeds are weed resistant to begin with. Harvesting and planting can be done in a small fraction of the time it used to, thanks to specialized hardware, and the trucks carrying out will be self-driving really soon. Bearing the title of farmer in the near future will be as highly ranked as banker or hedge fund manager, since there'll only be a handful of people having the oligopoly when it comes to what you eat. If this sounds ridiculous to you, that only a few people will be in charge of our food, you're already too late to the table. Today, only 10 companies control almost every large food and beverage brand in the world. Anything you eat probably comes from one of them. These companies: Nestle, PepsiCo, Coca-Cola, Unilever, Danone, General Mills, Kellogg's, Mars, Associated British Foods, and Mondelez. Welcome to the future, Aluxers. Number 3, printers and publishers. The newspaper is dead. Traditional media is suffering as the internet is eating up everything. You no longer need to get your news from papers. You get them via Twitter or live streams as they're happening. All traditional magazines are fighting for their lives, not to survive one versus the other, but to survive as a whole. If you've watched our video on Forbes magazine, you know that despite having such a strong brand, they're on the verge of collapse, despite their massive push into digital media. Information is free, and there are very few publishers where the trust in the brand is enough to keep the motors going. A great example is the New York Times, one of the only publications who have successfully implemented a paywall for readers to consume their written content. Can you imagine if we would implement a paywall on alux.com, where you guys had to pay $1 to find out what the most expensive car in the world is? We'd be out of business quicker than you can say luxury. With the democratization of news sources, big brands are struggling to find their place in this online-first environment. Unless you're in your 50s or more, you're unlikely to get your news from TV networks. While Trump is watching Fox News, we're here backing Bill DeFranco's Patreon on YouTube. Number 4, cashiers. America alone has 8 million people working as cashiers and in-store salespeople. These people are going to be out of a job sooner than they think. I know you've seen the self-checkout stations, and they still have someone supervising them, and they're buggy now and then, but we're not far from a total takeover of the machines in this space. If you've been following what the biggest commerce giants are doing, it's easy to connect the dots. Amazon acquired Whole Foods for close to $14 billion. The same Amazon is running pilot tests with what they call Amazon Go, a corner store with 0 humans involved, where you just walk in, get what you need, and walk out, with everything you bought being automatically deducted on your credit card. Sensors are on the rise, and the tech needs to only be a little better than the human counterpart for the switch to be made. Also, the AI cashiers can go 24/7 without bringing the drama of their personal lives into the workplace. Number 5, travel agents. When's the last time you went to a travel agency to book a flight? The likes of Skyscanner took over the flight ticket industry. Booking.com over the hotel booking industry, and Airbnb is disrupting the hotel business as a whole. There's no need for a third person to book the flight or hotel room for us. We can do it ourselves. Or better yet, you can tell Siri to book it for you. Number 6, manufacturing workers. When the Industrial Revolution hit, all the people working in the fields moved to work in factories, handcrafting machines that would make our lives easier. In the process, and with advancement in technology, these same people were put in charge of building machines that build other machines that would eliminate the need for humans. A fun thing to do is to compare the way cars were built less than 100 years ago in the factories of Volkswagen and how they're built today. Back then, multiple humans were working in tandem to put together the end product, while today we're watching simple software at work. We heard this great quote a while back that stuck with us, and it goes like this. The factory of the future will only have one human and one dog. The human will be there to feed the dog, and the dog will be there to keep the human from touching the machines. Number 7, dispatchers. I know you're probably thinking of the days when someone had to manually connect you to a different line in order to talk to someone, but an astonishingly high number of people are still working as dispatchers today. The role of the dispatcher is to coordinate the field operators, so things run smoothly for everybody. It doesn't matter if you're a firefighter dispatcher, working with planes, the police, or ambulances. We already have technology that is massively outperforming you at your job, and we're now figuring out just the final touches on what is the best way to deploy that technology. Remember only 5 years ago when you had to call someone and ask for a cab? How do you ask for an Uber or a Lyft today? One algorithm making their way into your particular niche of dispatching, and your job is over. Number 8, waiting tables and bartending. Okay, not all of them will be gone, but the bulk surely have one foot out the door already. Of course there's a need for social interaction, but that's not always the case. Sometimes you just want to sit down, have the food arrive at your table as soon as possible, enjoy a particular mix of alcoholic beverages, and then leave. All of which can be successfully replaced by a carefully documented algorithm and an iPad. More and more restaurants are jumping in on this trend all around the world. We've even mentioned some of them in our previous video about cool restaurants around the world that you should try out, and we made this video a year ago. Since then, the likes of Pizza have taken over, and they're here to stay. Number 9, bank tellers. I'm sad to say this, as the lady at our bank has always been so nice to me, but we're not going to the bank for social interaction. To be honest, we don't go to the bank anymore, or very rarely when a visit is really needed. Otherwise, we check out our balance on our smartphones. Even the people on our payroll get their money delivered to their accounts automatically, without the need for us to manually and physically fill in a form with their details. If you want to grab cash, you go to an ATM. You can open a bank account to most banks in the world online, and only if you're looking for specialized services, you might need to meet in person. And even then, you might get the job done with a video call. Number 10, military pilots and soldiers. The military is the most sensible industry to innovation. It is the first one to embrace it and deploy it. If back in the day wars were decided based on who had the largest number of troops, today it's a technology play. You no longer see people holding bayonets and riding horses into battle, because that would be inefficient. Drones can hit a target more accurately than any human could without endangering the life of a pilot who's sitting comfortably in a chair on the other side of the world. There is still a need for human soldiers, but not as we know them. These are the special ones, the best of the best who are deployed only when there's no other technology at play. Number 11, fast food workers. Remember when people were asking for $15 an hour to work at McDonald's? That's when automation kicks in. All the people protesting the low wages for unskilled jobs will be the first ones to be hit if such an increase in pay does happen. Fast food jobs are probably the easiest to automate out of the list, and to be honest, it would have happened anyway, But companies didn't do it right away because they didn't have any incentive to mess with something that's working fine right now. But now with all the protests, the government might actually give in, and that's when the wave of automation takes over. We have an incredible article on our website that takes a look at exactly what's going to happen with the rise in minimum wage, which we strongly recommend you check out in the top right corner and in the description. Number 12, telemarketer. Have you noticed that there are already fewer and fewer telemarketers? Their entire industry has been taken over by targeted ads all around the internet and on all of your devices, specially constructed based on the information the tech giants have gathered from your use of our platforms. Facebook is not a charity. It uses all the data from the things you like, click on, share, or engage with to create a custom profile for every single one of its users, batch them and sell them to other companies. We ourselves use that type of data to get our videos in front of people that we believe will find them valuable. The irony is, even before this video you're watching right now, there was probably an ad promoting something you more or less are interested in. Ads are getting smarter as they learn more and more from you, and that's why telemarketers are obsolete. Number 13, accountants and tax preparers. If it's one thing we've learned so far from this list, it's that boring and repetitive jobs will be taken over by algorithms. What's the role of an accountant? To go through your raw data and organize it. That's like the favorite thing to do for algorithms. That's where they shine, baby. The average accountant in the US earns around $60,000 per year, and there are 1.3 million registered accountants and auditors. Even if it would cost $15 billion to create a highly sophisticated AI that would get the job done perfectly, that piece of software would pay for itself in under 2 years. That's why AI engineers are going after accountants, lawyers, and medical professionals. Number 14, stock traders. Long are the days of Jordan Belfort and Gordon Gekko. A study done by Bloomberg analysts in late 2015 discovered that only 10% of the stocks traded on a daily basis worldwide are traded by actual humans and investors. The rest are bots. Wherever there's money, someone will try to automate it and get an edge against their competitors. The stock market is one of those places, and the people behind the biggest funds in the world have deep enough pockets to capitalize on it. Want to be freaked out? Okay, let's say you want to buy a particular stock. You go to your favorite trading platform or secured portfolio management dashboard. You fill in the info with how much you want to buy at said trading price and hit buy. In the time it takes for the signal to reach the servers and approve the order, the bots have already realized you're going to purchase that stock. They buy it for themselves, trade it between themselves, and then sell it to you at a noticeably bigger price. Welcome to the world of micro-trading, where bots always win. You're not going to beat the market. Number 15, construction workers. Back here on Earth, where people actually use their hands and backs to make things happen, the story looks a lot like what we've been saying through this video. Although the numbers are not clear, there are at least 200 million people working in construction around the world, and with developing countries wanting to expand, you'd expect the number to be on the rise. Well, it isn't, and that's because technology is getting more and more efficient and affordable. Developers now need more machines and a slightly more specialized workforce to use said machines to build. As technology progresses, we can see that construction workers will follow the same path as those who used to work in the farming industry in the past. Unless you're the owner of the enterprise or one of those specialized employees who are further down the line of automation, the future doesn't seem like a welcoming place for you. That's why we wanted to make this video for you. We know most of you are young, but making a bet on these industries in the traditional sense might not be the big payoff you're expecting. Most of you have family that are likely to be impacted by these changes, so make sure you bring up automation next time you're hanging out with your loved ones.
All right, I'm sure this is not to make you panic. This is to prepare your mind for the future that is coming on all of us. Things are changing, and we must learn to change. There are cars now in Lagos, Nigeria, that no longer needs a driver. Imagine you just get into your car, you sit, and you tell the address of where you are going, and the guy is moving. But when he takes you to the address, even when you are slept, wake you up, say, "Now, right." There are restaurants now where waiters are no longer needed. And imagine you come into a restaurant on your desk, you book an order, and a drone just bring it to you, and then you take your food and drink. Clean, empty. This is not to scare us. This is to tell us the reality that is going to befall us, and we should prepare for it. This is a time to multitask and become a professional. No matter how it is, humans will still be needed. It's just that it is that professional. In all, let me tell us one skill that will ever be in demand: selling skill. If you don't know how to sell, go and acquire a selling skill. Every company will use robots to produce robots, to manufacture robots. They still need somebody to sell. Learn to be a seller. Thank you. You will be needed. At this point, I want to say thank you very much for your time. I believe somebody brought value. I've been asked to take a few questions. So if you have questions, you can just indicate so that we know now, and then we take it one at a time. So you have a question, just wave. Let's see you. Anyone has a question? There are two things. If you don't have any question, it's like you understand very well or you don't understand at all. So okay, you have, that's one. Two, I know when some people hear other people's questions, it will provoke their own. So let's start with those two. Thank you.
Praise the Lord. Thank you very much, sir. There's something you said about parents really used to put their kids or force their kids to study certain courses. Not so advanced, because what kind of advice can you tell such a young person? Also be rude to the parents, at the same time stick to his own dreams. What line can you tread just to achieve it? Thank you, sir.
That's a very, very good question for me now. If we are children of God, and that's where we are different. The Bible teaches us to obey our parents in the Lord. Let's not remove that in the Lord. If your parent is a drunkard, is not in the Lord, and you obey, you are on your own. Yes. But his question is, you have parents in the Lord that wants to guide you, and in your own eyes, that guidance does not sing, doesn't resonate with you. I will speak for both sides. Number one, know that what a child climbs a ladder that may not see. Your parents will sit on the ground and they will see. One, they have experience more than you are. So do not throw away what your parents are saying, because the state that you are at the moment, they have been there. And that's why when they are looking at you, they want to advise you because they passed through that path. So listen, take what they have to say. But in the 21st century, you are more tech than them. You are more vast than them. You are more inclined to information than them. So you need to find a way to air your views in a way that you will not be disrespectful to them, and you will make them see reason with you. It's a journey and it's a process. You need to be patient with them. Don't know one thing for sure. They love you. At least, if you want to take everything away, your parents love you. And so what they are doing is out of sincerity. But that is not to say they cannot be sincerely wrong at times because they are coming from an angle where it is what they know. Some of them don't know that what they know have changed. But you don't need to push it on their face that mommy, you don't know anything. Then you will be going against the word of God and you will be enjoying their wrath rather than their blessing. But find a way to let them know that things have changed and let them know the new ways of doing things. Even make attempt to teach them. Yes, that's when they too will know that things have changed. When they meet with their friends, they will now begin to discuss it. And you know that I was trying to tell my son to do something. But he taught me a new way of doing it. And that's how to go about it. You need to be patient, you need to understand that they love you, then you need to bring them to your own level so that they can flow and understand you. That's the way I can answer your question. If there is any okay, your question. All right, you have a question. Do you want to ask you? Thank you, sir.
Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. First of all, I want to thank you for your educational skills. It's very educative. Look at me proud. I think what you are doing here. Because I'm not looking for any other career. I'm going to see how many people say, but I decided to come to know exactly the benefit that I consider to life. The issue that God is now has affected me. Look, I'm a sales accountant, and I have a farm which is selling hundreds of things. At the point in life, I wanted to open my children to go to the over. So when my son and my brother's son, when they qualified, my son was very there. And I said, I want to do that accountant. And I told my farm, I got this sincere feeling, just there, out of God. I didn't know that she had a wrong idea, the way to do a jump. So he got his form, jump form, and I sat him down, and I made sure he filled the form we are wanted. Now he has had a deal with his mother, and we have made our own arrangement. The mother is still telling me now. So she knows what I'm talking about. And the teacher they come, without my knowledge, and next to that, all of that. He has obtained the phone before I knew, and I was furious. But you see, when I look back now, I realized that they were right out of wrong. Yes, the part that we played in my farm, we didn't play in my farm so far. But the way it's moving on now in life, when I see that with God, I'm happy. So what we are coming now is this. Our parents must know, like you said, that times are changing. There's nothing to other about it. You can't go back. But the children too must find a way of convincing their parents that what I'm doing now is what we are on demands. So that we can get their support. In my own case, my son today was visiting her mother. I'm ready to visit me, but the way they find a way out. It is important for this two to collaborate so that in the future, where we are going, we will be there for us. Thank you very much.
I find expensive or it is straight to the point. We must learn how to communicate our thoughts to our parents. And parents too should understand that things have changed. Your question?
I want to know what someone should do. For example, you find yourself somewhere, you like a particular thing, you find it easy to do it. But what you see when you see is different from the thing you love. What can one do in that situation?
Did we get this question? This question is, he has developed passion for something already, but as a child of God, the kind of vision that God is giving to him is different from his passion. I've said at the beginning that if this kind of teaching is to be given in a secular environment, it will not be like this. But because we are children of God, we have to know that there is a God factor in everything. If you are a child of God, you believe it is God giving you that vision. Then you need to take to God if you are sure it is God showing you, because God knows best. God knows the future. He knows why He's giving you that line at the moment as against your emotions or your feeling. We need to learn to put God first. So if you believe it is God giving you that vision, then go for God. You may not need to try to understand God. You can't. So don't bother to understand Him. Just obey if you know it is God that is in it. That's the way I will answer it. Anyone? Just alright, there are no more questions. Thanks for your time. Okay, you have a question. There's a question.
Thank you very much. I actually want to contribute so that everything is balanced, because I have a point that comes from the other side of that. For instance, I know somebody who his father wanted him to do medicine because the father saw that was his line, he had to call. But the guy was young and he wanted to do entertainment, and things like that. So he was pretty exposed, went to a very nice school. So at the end of the day, they allowed him. So he's doing not too bad, but he's now looking for a way to go back and study medicine.
This is exactly what we are saying. Probably the parents saw that maybe this guy is already injecting chicken, Western chicken first. He is already giving them Panadol, and the man sees that they are likely going to do well in the medical line. But because of youthful exuberance, peer pressure, the guy wants to drop him. He wants to do their own. The truth is, that is where the difference comes for us children of God. We must draw a line. That means we must also go back to God in choosing careers, in taking future paths. Don't choose it before informing God. No. Let God be in the process from the beginning. That's where you become missing. If that guy instead of, even if you want to disobey your parents, let it be that you are obeying God, so that everything will see. Your parents will later understand that truly it is God that is leading you. Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Okay, questions are coming up.
How can someone create a business out of an artificial intelligence?
Out of artificial intelligence experience? Yes. Okay. The last question. That your word artificial intelligence is a very big ground. I'm sure if I ask many people here, the best we know is AI. Is that not? AI. What is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is making things to think. Ordinary things that don't think to now begin to think. For instance, when you are in a car that ordinarily you are supposed to get to a point, you open the door. But when you develop something in a car that comes to a point whenever you stop, the door will open by itself. The car will know when to open the door. For instance, like when we come to service and the drums just know when we are singing and they begin to play. That means artificial intelligence have been put into that thing. And I don't really know how it correlates with your line of thought. I don't know how it. I've explained what artificial intelligence is now. Maybe you will rephrase your question.
Okay.
In the place of business, we've talked about Bitcoin,
Yes.
cryptocurrency, and all that. So, in another circular way, how can someone make business out of it? Because I can command something and it will respond. So how can I ask such to get money for me?
There are several ways you can do that to make money for you. Fine. If you were selling shoes, for instance, you have a store that you sell shoes manually. You cannot develop an AI such that you are not there. Somebody will come in, buy a shoe, pay you when you are in your house. You saw what happened in McDonald's and Tesla supermarket, where people will just come in, pick everything they want to buy, put it in their bag. As they are going, they will not remove their phone. The money has already been deducted from their account. They are not paying to anybody. That's how to use AI to enhance your business. Ordinarily, what you are supposed to get people to do, you now develop a system that is doing it automatically for you, whether you are there or you are not there. For instance, you get into a restaurant, ordinarily you are supposed to sit down and call a waiter, and then take your order, go to the kitchen, go and queue, and later bring your food. But now, AI has been developed such that you get into a restaurant, you just press a few buttons, and then a drone is coming with your order. You come and land on your table, you pick your food and you eat. So that is how to use AI to enhance your business. I don't know if I've answered your question.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. God bless you.